boys and girls. So today we are going to read the story about the mysteries of Harris Burdick. And I encourage you to listen to the Chris Van Allsburg's interview talking about this book, because this book is in a different format than his others. They say that this story is used to help writers start a story, and that's what you're going to be encouraged to do today, because the format of this book is there's a picture, and it's a mysterious picture, and then there's a title to the story. So you kind of have to look at the picture, look at the title, and you're going to have to come up with a story about whatever picture you pick. Now, as I read through the story, I will show the picture and the title, and it may be I may be going a little too fast for you. So what I encourage you to do is get on Google, go in and type the pictures of the mysteries of Harris Burdick, and you will come up with a whole bunch of pictures. I want you to pick one, and I want you to tell a story. Finish the story for me, okay? So that's the book, Mysteries of Harris Burdick. I'm going to take the cover off so that I'm not fiddling with that. And I'll read to you the introduction that he has written in the front of the book. He says, I first saw the drawings in the book a year ago in the home of a man named Peter Winders. Though Mr. Winders is retired now, he once worked for a children's book publisher, choosing the stories and pictures that would be turned into books. 30 years ago, a man called at Peter Winders' office, introducing himself as Harris Burdick. Mr. Burdick explained that he had written 14 stories and had drawn many pictures for each one. He brought with him just one drawing from each story to see if Winders liked his work. Peter Winders was fascinated by the drawings. He told Burdick he would like to read the stories that went with them as soon as possible. The artist agreed to bring the stories the next morning. He left the 14 drawings with Winders, but he did not return the next day, or the day after that. Harris Burdick was never heard from again. Over the years, Winders tried to find out who Burdick was and what had happened to him, but he discovered nothing. To this day, Harris Burdick remains a complete mystery. His disappearance is not the only mystery left behind. What were the stories that went with these drawings? There are some clues. Burdick had written a title and a caption for each picture. When I told Peter Winders how difficult it was to look at the drawings and their captions without imagining a story, he smiled and left the room. He returned with a dust-covered cardboard box. Inside were dozens of stories, all inspired by the Burdick drawings. They'd been written years ago by Winders' children and their friends. I spent the rest of my visit reading these stories. They were remarkable. Some bizarre, some funny, some downright scary. In the hope that other children will be inspired by them, the Burdick drawings are reproduced here for the first time. So I'm going to show you the picture, and I'm going to read to you the title. All right. This title is called Archie Smith, Boy Wonder. A tiny voice asked, "Is he the one?" And here is the picture. Let me make sure you're... Under the rug. 2 weeks passed and it happened again. A strange day in July. He threw with all his might, but the third stone came skipping back. Missing in Venice. Even with her mighty engines in reverse, the ocean liner was pulled further and further into the canal. Another place, another time. If there was an answer, he'd find it there. The harp. Whoops, I skipped one. Uninvited guest. His heart was pounding. He was sure he had seen the doorknob turn. Now, the harp. So it's true, he thought. It's really true. Mr. Linden's library. He had warned her about the book. Now it was too late. The 7 chairs. The 5th one ended up in France. The 3rd floor bedroom. It all began when someone left the window open. Just desert. She lowered the knife and it grew even brighter. Captain Torrey. He swung his lantern 3 times and slowly the schooner appeared. Oscar and Alphonse. She knew it was time to send them back. The caterpillars softly wiggled in her hand, spelling out goodbye. And the house on Maple Street. It was a perfect liftoff. And that is the end of The Mysteries of Harris Burdick. I will also try and get a link as well to help you find more pictures so that you can see them better. So I will try and do that for you as well, okay? Happy writing!